Hello and welcome to PraDa Live. I'm Jackie Mendez. I'm your host for today's show. We have a great show for you guys today. Today's Thursday, which means it's the free show, ladies and gentlemen. And before I introduce our attorneys here at PraDa Law, I want to remind everyone of that number on the screen. It's 888-88-LEGAL. Give us a call. The consultation is free. Let's go ahead and introduce our attorneys. First up, we have the lovely Jennifer Pratt.
Thank you, Jackie. Good evening. Pleasure to be here with you all.
And she'll be talking some personal injury today. Of course, we have Javier Rodriguez.
Thanks, Jackie. Hope everyone's doing well out there.
He'll be talking some workman's comp. And of course, the lovely Alexis Garcia.
Thank you, Jackie. Hello, everyone, and it's a pleasure to be here. And
she'll be talking to us about some labor law. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, if you are watching at home, please like and subscribe. If you're, on YouTube watching us, go ahead and click the like button. Once again, that number is 888-88-LEGAL. Give us a call. The consultation's free. Let's get right into the conversation.
All right, thank you, Jackie. So today, I'm in the hot seat. I'll be here pushing this show along, and I figure the free show, what a better show to start than this because, it's free. Everyone out there, we urge you to call us in topics that we're going to discuss today. What we want you to know is you don't pay any costs up front, nothing. You come to our office, everything is free. We handle all the work for you. We pay whatever costs are associated with your case. We take you to the end of that case till we can get you some money for your injuries, for your legal actions, whatever it may be. Today, we're going to focus on some personal injury with Attorney Pratt, and of course, with Javier Rodriguez, we're going to focus on workman's comp. Personal injury cases, they can, you can have a bunch of different areas. You can have vehicle accidents, slip and falls, and most of the time, let's just get into some vehicle accident matters, and because that's typically what people think of with personal injury. You've been in a car accident, you weren't at fault, somebody hit you, now you have a claim. Attorney Pratt, what's the first thing you should do, or what would you like to get into?
Well, depending on the person's injuries, they should definitely seek medical attention immediately, call the police, etc. But one of the first things you should do right after, and if you can't yourself, then one of your relatives should, is that you should definitely consider calling an attorney. Why? Because there are so many steps that you're going to want to take immediately after the accident that if you're not well represented, you could really make a difference in your case between maximizing the money that you may be able to get to maybe even completely obliterating your claim completely. And what I mean...
Yeah, how would you do that?
Well, for example, one of the things that's going to happen immediately after the car accident is that both insurance companies are going to call you immediately, both your insurance and the insurance company of the person that hit you. And they're going to want you to make a recorded statement right away. And this is a recorded statement that will be used against you. And this recorded statement, they're going to ask you if you're injured. And what happens, Attorney Garcia, is that 8 out of 10 people immediately after an accident, unless it's a catastrophic accident, will say, I'm fine. Why? Because you're in the shock, you're in the euphoric moment of the accident, and you typically don't feel pain for a couple of days. And so that right there, they're going to hold that against you forever and ever.
How long after the accident is that statement typically taken?
It could be as quickly as within 24 hours, depending on how aggressive the adjuster is. Now, I have seen some cases where it has taken about a week, and certainly if you contact us and you hire us, we'll set up that call, and I'll be on the call with you listening in to make sure. I'll also prepare you. One of the ways your insurance will get you back and forth is they'll ask where you lived at the moment that you applied for the insurance, where you lived at the moment of the accident. What they're trying to do is set you up for what's called a misrepresentation claim. They're trying to say that they're not going to cover you because you lied when you got the insurance.
And I think it's important also for our viewers to know, you don't have to give that statement. There's nothing that requires you to give that statement, whether it's a PI case, automobile case, or your workers' comp case. They're trying to lure you in, like Jennifer said, to get you from the very beginning on a statement that can hurt you down the road. So you don't have to give that statement. Do the more important thing, call the attorney, call us at PraDa Law, and let us help you from day one.
Exactly. That's a great point. Having an attorney is not going to hurt you. Having an attorney is only going to help you. Because what happens now? Jennifer Pratt, she will prepare you for that statement. Attorney Rodriguez, he will prepare you for that statement. You may feel comfortable. It's my insurance company. They're for me. They're here for me. No, your insurance company's not looking to help you. They're looking for ways to deny your claim. And that's what happens if you don't have your representation. So you need to have that representation, and you need to call an attorney. Call us, 888-88-LEGAL, and see if we can help you with any issues.
Quick question. So right after the accident, I'm not going to get penalized by my insurance company because I didn't call them first. If I call you guys prep me for that call, and that'll be fine, right?
That's a great question. I think a lot of people feel very obligated that they need to hurry up and call their insurance company. I mean, you have to report it, and certainly you don't want to wait weeks and weeks or months. That would not be good. But certainly a few hours, couple of days while you get yourself an attorney.
Right.
You have every right to do that. And, talking about feeling bad, I think it can relate totally to workers' compensation as well, Attorney Rodriguez. I think a lot of people not only feel comfortable thinking it's my insurance, I'm going to just give them all the information, I'm going to give them the truth of what happened.
Help me.
Right. And I think people think that with their employers when they get injured at work too. They think it's my employer,
Right.
Everything's fine.
And the important thing with workers' comp is you just have to give notice to your boss, to your employer. Let them know on the day of the accident when you got hurt, how you got hurt. And that satisfies what you have to do as the employee. Okay? The insurance company now has 30 days to receive that claim from the employer. And again, when you're bringing a workers' comp case, you're not suing your boss personally. You're not suing your employer as the company. You're bringing a claim against their workers' comp insurance company. And that's important for people to understand. They have nothing to feel bad about. They're entitled to those benefits. They're going to pay for all your medical benefits, all your medical bills, and they're going to pay for checks while you can't work at your house that you're going to get every week sent to you that's tax-free. Those are the two main components in workers' comp cases, your medical benefits and your indemnity checks. Don't let that go by.
That's a great point, Attorney Rodriguez. And the next question, when you report to your boss and you let your boss know you were injured, at that time, do you have to give your boss a lot of details? Like, what are the best course of actions? Just say, hey, I've been injured, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, or just keep it short and brief and get yourself an attorney?
Yeah, I would just explain to them how you got hurt, where you got hurt, and what you're hurting. His obligation is to send you to a doctor. And it's important, again, with the PIP claim as well, that first time you go to the doctor, that's when you're the most honest. That's when you're giving them the most amount of information. Don't go in there saying, oh, it doesn't hurt that bad. Explain to them. If you have real injuries, if you're having pain, document that from day one so they don't come back down the road and said, like Ms. Pratt said, hey, he said there was nothing wrong with me in the first time. So.
Thank you so much, Attorney Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Give us a call, 888-88-LEGAL. We're here to help you. If you've been in a car accident, if you've been injured at work, we can help. Give us a call.
And I think the attorneys here were covering some great topics, especially the proper way to bring forward your claim, because you want to make sure that you don't hurt yourself by improperly starting your claim, speaking when you shouldn't be speaking. Yeah. We'll get a little more into the details of the process when we come back from this short break, but we want to remind you, tune back in, 888-88-LEGAL, 888-88-LEGAL. I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera de 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
And welcome back to PraDa Live. Once again, I'm Jackie Mendez. I'm your host for today's show. We've been talking workman's comp. We've been talking personal injury. Today is the free show, ladies and gentlemen. I think Alexis is going to talk to us a little bit about.
We'll get right back into it.
Yeah, we'll get back.
Jackie,
We'll get into it. Let's do it.
Before I get into it, I just want to remind everybody watching, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, wherever it may be, maybe you haven't been injured, maybe you don't have issues with your injuries at work or driving, but maybe you know someone who does. Just sharing this show and sharing it with everybody out there, that may bring help to other people. So just because you don't need some help doesn't mean somebody else does. Share the show, like it, and let us help people you know. So before the break, we were discussing, when the accidents happen, whether it be at work or driving in your vehicle, and the proper steps to take in reporting the accidents. How important it is to get an attorney as soon as you can, because right away you're going to be approached by insurance companies on both sides, and you're going to be asked for recorded statements. And these statements are of the utmost importance to the building of your case. They're laying a foundation to this case. And Attorney Pratt was explaining how sometimes these can be set up to provide false information, or I forgot the term you used, but
right. So what happens is with your insurance, and a lot of people will say, but it wasn't my fault. Why am I paying anything? Well, talk to your legislators. That's just how Florida is. The first $10,000 minus any deductible, your medical bills related to a car accident are going to be paid out of your PIP, your personal injury protection, your insurance. Your car insurance company is your friend. Well, two things. You're making your payments and you're not making any claims. The minute you're in an accident, they're no longer your friends. And so what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get out of paying those first $10,000. And one of the ways they do that is they'll try to say that you misrepresented. In other words, you lied. And one of the ways that I've seen a lot of people get in trouble, and not in trouble, I want to be clear, not in trouble, but you could certainly lose your coverage and certainly lose your insurance and certainly end up with a bunch of medical bills that could have been paid or should have been paid by your insurance, is people will often move and they'll get the insurance while they were living at their mom's house, and maybe they got a better rate using the mom's address versus their, downtown address or whatever it is. It may be something as minor as that your insurance company can use against you, say that you've misrepresented, and now deny the claim completely.
And just to piggyback on that, with workers' comp, at some point they're going to take your deposition, where the insurance company is going to hire an attorney and they're going to take your deposition that's under oath for you to tell the truth. What happens? They want to know what you can do, what you can't do. So sometimes they're going to ask you, hey, can you go to the grocery store? Can you lift up your kid? Are you able to play basketball? If you make the wrong statements in that deposition, what they will do is they will go to the doctors, show them a video of you out there playing 2-on-2 with your kids, and they'll deny the case. So you need an attorney to protect your rights, to make sure that your case goes forward the right way. The insurance companies have their attorneys. You need to have your own attorney.
That's great advice, Attorney Rodriguez, and especially in a deposition. A deposition, it's recorded, you're under oath. It's so important to be properly represented. There are certain ways that questions can be asked and ways that questions cannot be asked. And unless you have legal representation, you're unaware of these objections that can be made to certain things. And additionally, with the recorded statement Attorney Pratt was speaking about, that's very non-adversarial, or it seems non-adversarial. So you're prone to give a lot of information, and you don't want to fall into that trap.
Thank you so much, Attorney Garcia. Once again, give us a call, 888-88-LEGAL. The show is also live, ladies and gentlemen, so if you do have any questions, just give us a call. We'll take your questions, and we're happy to answer. Once again, 888-88-LEGAL.
And Attorney Garcia, a deposition, I'm not sure about workers' compensation, but in the PI context, if we're in a deposition, that means we've filed a case in court. We don't usually take depositions prior to filing a case in court. And I'll tell you, it is so important to be very well prepared for that deposition. One of the things I do, because most of the time you take discovery requests first, is I will prepare the client. I will go line by line in their interrogatory responses, all the requests for productions, and I will have them familiarize themselves and basically learn the responses so that we're not faced with a motion for fraud upon the court where just one wrong indiscrepancy can all of a sudden look like you're committing fraud. Moreover, the reason I think depositions are very powerful is because I've used them as settlement tools. When I have a very well-groomed, well-prepared client, I've gotten the parties to settle immediately after a deposition because they don't want to see my girl or my guy testifying in court.
And I tell my clients the same thing. 99% of the questions they ask you, they know the answers to. These insurance companies do background checks. They've known every car accident you've been in. They've known every slip and fall, every workers' comp claim that you've had. So we prepare you. Make sure the most important thing is tell the truth. Tell the truth. If you tell the truth, nothing can go wrong. But if you start lying about prior accidents, that's what they seize on, and that's what they try to do to deny your case. Remember, you're entitled to all your medical benefits being paid. You're entitled to those checks. The insurance company's trying to find any way possible to close that case, to deny it, so that you get zero.
And what Attorney Rodriguez said is so important, and you see that a lot in all areas of the law. The other side, when they take your deposition, is prepared. They've done their research. They know the answers. They're just trying to trip you up. They don't want the information. They have it. You've presented documents. So at that point, they're just looking to find you in a lie and use it against you.
That's right. Thank you so much, Attorney Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have to take a short break. We'll be right back with our last segment, though. And I do want to remind everyone that number on the screen. Free consultation, ladies and gentlemen. 888-88-LEGAL.
And before we go to the short break, I just want to let you guys know when we come back, we'll let Attorney Rodriguez speak a little bit about what exactly is a workman comp claim, what qualifies as one. Okay, stay tuned. 888-88-LEGAL. We'll see you after this break.
I know you're home right now asking yourself, how? How will I pay my rent, my mortgage, my bills, my credit card debt? I'm attorney Alexis Garcia with PraDa Law. I've personally helped people with financial problems over the last 10 years. I understand what you are going through. We saw people lose it all in the 2008 financial crisis. You don't have to lose it all. The consultation is free. Call us now. I will help protect what you have built. You have nothing to lose by calling us. Call us now. These are trying times. This deadly virus is affecting our health, economy, jobs, our small business owners. Bankruptcy protection may be able to save assets and immediately stop your creditors from harassing you. Small business owners, employees of business of any size, we know you need help. Call us now. We will help you get back on your feet. Don't wait until it's too late. This is the time to call.
Sé que estás en la casa ahora mismo preguntándote, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo voy a pagar la hipoteca, la renta, los biles, las tarjetas de crédito? Soy la abogada Jennifer Pratt con PraDa Law. Yo personalmente he ayudado a las personas con problemas financieros durante los últimos 10 años. Yo entiendo por lo que estás pasando. Vimos cómo la gente lo perdió todo durante la crisis financiera del 2008. No tienes que perderlo todo. Llama ahora. La consulta es gratis. Te ayudaremos a proteger todo lo que has construido durante todos estos años. Sabemos que estos son tiempos difíciles. Este virus mortal está amenazando nuestra salud, nuestra economía, nuestros empleos y a los propietarios de nuestras pequeñas empresas. La consulta es gratis. Llame ahora. Te ayudaremos a recuperarte. No esperes hasta que sea demasiado tarde. Llame ya.
Welcome back to PraDa Law Live. It's Thursday. Today's the free show. We've been talking workman's comp, personal injury. Alexis Garcia, our partner here at PraDa Law, has been helping me host today and doing an amazing job. So happy to have her next to me in this hot seat. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind you of that number on the screen one more time, 888-88-LEGAL. Give us a call. The consultation is free.
Thank you, Jackie. And today on today's show, Attorney Pratt and Attorney Rodriguez have really gotten into processing a claim, how important it is to have an attorney to represent you in your claim, whether it be personal injury or workman's comp, and the necessity to understand that these insurance companies, even though they're your insurance company, it's not your friend. They're there to see how they can deny your claim, how they can catch you in a lie, and how you need to have your representation, just as the insurance company has their lawyers. They're never going to approach you without their lawyers reviewing things and going over things, so you should not approach them without your lawyers. Now, what we haven't really spoken about in these in our segments or in our shows today is maybe just a general overview. What is workman's comp? What is a workman's comp claim? When do you make one? And what type of injury is required? So I'd like to get this to Attorney Rodriguez, let him just give us some brief synopsis of the area.
Thanks, Alexis. Workers' comp is very basic. If you got hurt on your job, you have a case. It's that simple. Let me do you one better. It doesn't matter if it was your fault. I represented a guy that was driving a forklift, ran into the boxes in the warehouse, probably caused about $200,000 worth of damage. He got hurt, and guess what? He got fired. That does not mean you don't have a case. We filed the case. They paid for all of his medical care. They paid for his checks while he was getting better at work. And then most importantly, we were able to settle the case. And that's important because many times the adjuster, the insurance company, they're not going to talk to you about a settlement. They're not going to tell you, hey, you know what? We can settle this case, close it out, and put a lump sum of money in your pocket. So that's why it's important to have an attorney that understands these cases, understands how to settle the cases, and that all these cases do have value. So if you're out there and you've been fired and you had a job injury, call us. If you're out there and you had to resign for whatever reason and you had an injury on the job, call us. You have cases. You have a potential settlement, a potential money that during these tough times can help you out.
You heard that from Attorney Rodriguez. It can be your fault, the work accident, and you're still entitled to compensation. You could be fired because of the accident, and you're still entitled to compensation. I think that's so important, and everybody should really pay attention to what's going on and see if they have anything they can call Attorney Rodriguez. I'd also like to speak with Attorney Jennifer PraDa a little bit because she was discussing a lot about car accidents, but in one of the breaks we also discussed what happens if you're not in a vehicle, if you're walking, for example. So and I think Jennifer, Attorney PraDa's handling something similar to that, so why don't you tell us about that case?
That's right. I've handled several pedestrian car accidents, and most people, believe it or not, when they come to my office, they had no idea that they have a right to a bodily injury claim. And not only do they have a right to a bodily injury claim, meaning the person that hit you while you were walking or riding your bicycle, but also if you have under or uninsured motorist vehicle insurance, you can also make a claim with your own insurance as well. So I can double the whammy, so to speak, and maximize.
Wait. So I don't have to be in my car, I'm walking. And if I have the proper type of vehicle insurance, I can make a claim against my insurance?
Absolutely. You've been hit by a vehicle, and depending on the limits of the vehicle that hits you, if it is not enough to cover your injuries, you may very well be able to either completely get, every case is different, but you may be able to, obviously I'm always going to ask for them to tender, right? But even if they don't. So for example, the case I'm handling right now this minute, the person that hit the individual had a $25,000 policy. You might think that's all right for a policy. It's not the biggest, highest policy, but this person was seriously injured. They were walking in like a Walmart shopping center. Broken bones everywhere. I mean, it was bad. They have insurance, and I feel pretty confident that they will also tender due to the injuries that were sustained in that accident. She was just walking. The person was walking.
And speaking of car accidents, I know Jennifer said double whammy. I'll give you a triple whammy. So if you're,
like it. Okay.
So basically, if you're the driver of that car and you're working for Office Depot, Amazon Prime, and you're making deliveries and you're involved in a car accident, now you have a car accident claim that Jennifer can help you with. You're on the clock working, so you have a workers' comp claim that I'll be able to help you with. And that's what's so important about PraDa Law. A lot of these other firms, they may specialize in one area, but with PraDa Law, you have attorneys, specialized attorneys with a lot of experience across all different types of areas. So you come to us, we handle your personal injury claim, we handle your workers' comp claim, and you know what? If you're working overtime and not getting paid, we'll handle that one too. So there you go.
And I know Alexis is our bankruptcy attorney, but usually on this show, you talk about the labor claims. And in addition to looking at all those records, we've discussed here with Attorney Hara how we may even have a labor claim because we're going to have to look at the timesheets for your workers' compensation claim. So you may even not be being paid minimum wage, overtime.
Right, and the labor
claims.
Quadruple.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to come up with something better.
Come back.
And the labor claims I think are very interesting, especially in speaking with Attorney Hara with this, is as the plaintiff, when you're the employee who's not paid and you bring forth the claim, you don't have to bring the proof. You don't bear the burden. Crazy. Your employer who's defending the case has to prove that you're wrong. So you can just state, yeah, it was this many hours I worked. Now your employer has to prove that. So if they don't keep the proper records, that's on them. That's on them to bring that forward. So you guys, you have nothing to lose here. It's the free show.
That's right. Actually, we do have a question from Jose, who's a realtor in Miami and wants to know, he was injured while showing a house. He fell down some stairs. Does he have a case with personal injury or workman's comp?
20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
We have to look at it, but yeah. I think he's going to have a workers' comp case possibly with whatever realtor, brokerage company it is.
Right.
And then also the homeowner's insurance policy, there's going to be some type of liability coverage. That's probably going to be the better claim, to be honest with you. Pain and suffering.
You heard that, Jose.
So tell Jose to call us.
Okay, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The show is over, but give us a call, 888-88-LEGAL.
I think the point is, if you've been injured, give us a call.
Exactly.
And you know, today's our free show. We've had a great day, great show, full of information. You don't lose anything by coming in to see us. You know, this individual attorney Pratt's representing, she has coverage and she didn't even know. We're here for you. We're here to help you. We'll see you tomorrow. All you have to do is give us a call, 888-88-LEGAL.